Short-term versus long-term disability insurance. Disability insurance protects your income when you can't work due to an illness or injury. Many people will try to rely on workers' compensation or government benefit programs for protection. But the reality is that workers' compensation is limited to work-related injuries, and Social Security disability insurance is difficult to qualify for. The best way to protect your income is with a disability insurance policy, and there are two types: short-term and long-term. Let's go over the differences. How long do the benefits last? The amount of time you can receive disability benefits is called the benefit period. Short-term disability insurance is meant to cover you for a short period of time, following an illness or injury that keeps you out of work. It typically provides benefits for 3 to 6 months. Long-term disability insurance is meant to provide benefits for a longer period of time, like 5, 10, 20 years, or even until you reach retirement age, depending upon your policy. The average long-term disability claim is about 3 years. So a problem with short-term disability insurance is that the coverage isn't enough for a lot of people. A short-term policy can be a good supplement for a long-term policy by paying you benefits during that waiting period before your long-term coverage begins. So which do you need? A short-term or a long-term policy? Well, do you have an emergency savings fund that could cover your expenses for a few months if you lost your job or you couldn't work? If not, short-term disability insurance is really important. If you have significant emergency savings, you could focus on how a long-term policy could impact your finances and retirement plans. If you were permanently disabled, could you cover your expenses until retirement? Probably not. If not, look into long-term disability protection. When do disability benefits start? The waiting period is also known as the elimination period. For short-term disability insurance, it's usually under 14 days. Long-term policies, their periods typically range from 30 days all the way up to 2 years, but the most common is 90 days. The longer your elimination period means the less expensive your policy will be, but it also means you have to wait longer to receive those benefits. How much coverage do short and long-term policies provide? The insurance company won't pay you 100% of your income, but it will replace a good chunk of it. Short-term policies replace about 80% of your gross monthly income, while long-term policies typically replace about 60%. If you have an individual disability policy, benefits are not usually taxed, so your benefits should be fairly close to your take-home pay. So where do you buy disability insurance? Employer-sponsored short-term disability insurance is fairly common. You may be able to get it for free or pay just a small amount in premiums from your paycheck. For many people, this is the only way they can get short-term disability. If you were to try and get short-term coverage outside of work, there just aren't many insurance companies who offer the coverage, and it's usually not cost-effective. It's important to know that no matter what kind of disability policy you get from your employer, generally you can't take it with you. If you leave your job or get fired, you'll lose coverage or possibly be offered to pay for it on your own, but it will likely be at a very high cost. For long-term disability insurance, there are many companies to choose from. If you can afford it, it's a better option than getting it through your employer because 1, the benefits will be tax-free. 2, you're guaranteed benefits no matter where you work. And 3, it's more customizable. I can help compare disability plans from a number of companies to find one that works for you. The bottom line is there are significant differences between short and long-term disability policies, and talk with an independent agent who can assess your situation, provide different options, and design a meaningful policy. I'm Kelly Augsburger with Steadfast Insurance. If you have any questions or want to learn more, connect with me online or give me a call and I'm happy to help.